Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And as you saw already, I did kind of like a cherry blossom theme for the month of May. So I have the calendar here. I have my my tree. The idea for this tree is that it was coming out of the book, but I'm realizing now that you can barely see the book. I wish I would have made it a little bit bigger. If I can fix that, I will. If not, maybe I'll attempt this one more time in another notebook, just so I can get the vision that I wanted in there. This is an old sketchbook that I found at my local used bookstore, and this is one of the ideas that I had. I drew this a long time ago, and as I was flipping through my notebooks, I saw this and I'm like, okay, I have to do something like this. I have an obsession with trees and I've always wanted to do something like this. So this is where the idea came from. So I'm using again my watercolors that I've been using the last couple of videos, or the last video I should say. And then to get this, I was watching some videos and they said that using Q-tips and maybe tying them together could give you a good effect. This is my first attempt at doing this, so it didn't really came out exactly how I wanted it, but I think it looks pretty decent. Okay, so this quote I found, I actually found it on Pinterest. I found it in Spanish, so I have it in Spanish here, but there's also the English version, and the English version says, "I am learning every day to allow the space between where I am and where I want to be to inspire me and not terrify me." So I think it's a very powerful quote. I really like it, and I think it applies to me not only in my creative way, but also in as far as my career and my personal life. So I really like that, and I wanted to add it here. And the fact that I found it in Spanish, I thought it was really cool to just write it in Spanish, and later on I will be adding it in English somewhere. So then we have here the monthly log. So this is a little bit different than what I did the last few months, and this is the cool thing about creating your own reading journal, is that you can do different things. You can do basically the same thing every month if it works for you, or you can change it and try new things, see if they can work a little bit better. So what I'm going to do, I have the monthly calendar, and it's a lot smaller than usual. So what I'll do is I'll just be coloring each day, and one color will signify if I'm reading a book in physical or audiobook, ebook. And instead of writing it in as I've been doing the previous months, and here I will be more specific. I will write the name of the book, maybe how many pages I read, or how many minutes I listened to an audiobook. So this is why I wanted to do the monthly log and see, will this work for me better than the way that I've been doing it before. This one is staying the same because I really like how this works. Again, we have physical, audio, ebook. If I own the book, if I borrow the book, what application I use, whether it was one of the two applications that I use from my library, or if I'm using one of the other applications that I use for audiobooks or ebooks. Then I cut this because I like the idea of flipping this part and filling it out. This will be more like my statistics. So by the end of the month, I would have how many books I read in physical, how many in audio, how many were borrowed, or if I own the book, and I can, check mark that I finally read a book that I own, and I can take it off my physical TBR. And I like the idea of flipping it back and forth and look at my monthly log and fill this out. Again, this is another thing that I will see if it works. And yeah, I'll let you know by the time my wrap up comes out. So then I have 2 more here because I'm working on some projects this summer. So this will not be only for May, but May will be the starting of this project that I'm trying to work on, and later on throughout the months of May, June, and July, you'll probably figure out more information about those. Here, I didn't want to create more boxes, so what I did is I started a brand new drawing with branches and more cherry blossoms. And this is another thing that I want to see filled out by the end of the month. So every time, the idea is that every time I'm in here and I'm filling this out, I also fill more of the cherry blossoms here. And hopefully by the time my wrap up comes for May, everything here will be filled with color and writing. I also wanted to point it out that my daughter was in here and she did some of her flowers. So she's learning to do cherry blossom flowers here. So I just wanted to point that out, that every time she sees me coloring or drawing anything, she's in here trying to learn herself. So I'm very proud of her flowers too. Oh, I also wanted to point out these are some of the color pencils that I used. I got this as a Christmas gift. And I know I've seen this brand at Michael's, but I don't know if they have this kind of pencils. And let me show you the 2 colors that I used are these. They don't have a name. They only have kind of like a number, a code. But I use these 2 for the flowers. I also use these. These are Archer and Olive colored pencils. I got these from a subscription box. I think it was the March one. It might have been the March or the January one. And I got a set of 5, and I used these 3. The other 2 that I used was this one I used a lot, whether it was for the pages that are flying all over the place here. This is the 992, and these are the Tombow brush pens. I really like using these pens. I only have about 5 of these. I got these from Michael's, but I really like using these. This one, as you can see, I use it a lot. You can barely see the numbers, but it's 992. The one, and this one I use for kind of like this stuff, the book in the bottom, and then like some of the branches here and there. And then I also use this one. This one is 757, and again, it's the brush on one end. And these are really nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the flip through. I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of it, or let me know what you're reading in the month of May, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Mommy, guess what?